Batting third,
I don't know where
catcher,
it's going to
number
come up.
9, Justin Morrow.
Welcome to the pod and welcome to Welland Stadium for Jackfish and IBL Baseball. I'm Spencer Tangway, joined today by Brendan Lang as we get together for another edition of IBL Baseball. The anthem, ceremonial first pitch by Santa Claus today as it's Christmas in July at the pond. Still yet to come. We'll step aside. Jackfish against the Maple Leafs when we come back.
And we now hand things down to the concourse area. Singing the national anthem this afternoon, I believe, is Miss Julia D'Amico. Well and good. Please welcome Santa Claus.
Well, Santa Claus is here for the ceremonial first pitch as it is Christmas in July here at the pond. As Santa Claus will pitch to Jacques onto the mound behind the plate.
Looks like Jacques the umpire.
Curveball. It's a beautiful day for baseball, though. The forecast partly cloudy right now. It's 24 degrees. What an arm! What a arm!
Santa can really throw.
Rose City, Santa Claus.
24 degrees, feels like 31 this afternoon. There is rain scheduled to be in the forecast, but we won't talk about that anymore as the fans still make their way into the ballpark, as it is another meeting between the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Welland Jackfish. Brendan, the last time these two teams played, it did not go in favor of the Welland Jackfish, and if you look at the record, 2-5 so far to start the season. The last 4, all straight losses. Something has to give for Welland, and you think today's a good opportunity to prove themselves in a tough league.
For sure, we got Christmas in July here at the ballpark, and maybe that'll bring them some good luck today.
Well, the starting lineup between these two ball clubs, we'll first take a look at the starting lineup for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Grant Tamain, will lead things off playing third base. The first baseman, Jordan Castaldo, will bat second, where he normally plays. The catcher, Justin Mara, will bat third. The cleanup man is the left fielder in Garrett Takamatsu. The shortstop this afternoon will bat fifth, John Solazzo. Chandler Mclaren, the right fielder, will bat sixth. Dan Mara at second. The DH is Jeff McLeod and bat eighth. And in the 9 spot is the center fielder, Ryan Johnston. A big note, key addition for the Toronto Maple Leafs this year, and Sean Riley not starting anyways, in today's ball game, and I believe he is not available to play today. So a big kind of break for the Welland Jackfish, as he's a guy batting this season .464 and has a home run, but already 13 hits in just 6 games. For the Jackfish, on the mound, we'll take a look at our starting pitcher. It is the tall Christian Young. And boy, he's been good. He's had a really good start, and he's a guy that can dominate the strike zone when he's hot.
That's right. Christian Young is a 6'5" right-hander. He's from Hamburg, New York. Played baseball at West Virginia University. He's 0-1 on the season. He's got a .415 ERA after 1 start, and he struck out 5 in that start over 4 2/3 innings.
We are almost set to go. The home plate umpire this afternoon is Ben Mercier. Ray Brownlee will be on first base, and on the third bag is Mike Guthrow. 1:06 Eastern Time, a beautiful afternoon for baseball. Toronto in their bright fluorescent blue pants. Gotta love those pants. First pitch, down the middle, fastball for strike number 1. And the Jackfish wearing their traditional white with green trim uniforms. 0-1 already. Christian Young delivers a first pitch strike down the middle. And the second pitch swung on and fouled well to the right field berm. Toronto's first visit to the ballpark here at the pond this afternoon, and they were commenting as we went to get their lineup, Brennan, how the field looks in such great shape. A lot of work put in the offseason, a brand new infield, and a lot of the players, taking the recognition of that, playing in a good field. Toronto, one of the most unique fields in the league, such a small, almost like a sand pit. It's, the 250 to center field, but it's such unique. You love going there, and if you love hits and love runs, go to Toronto. As their last game, here's a score for you. Barrie 20, the Maple Leafs 19.
Yes, I haven't got a chance to make the trip down to Toronto and see Christie Pitts, but I have heard it's a pretty small ballpark and a lot of runs are scored there.
2-2. Young working against Grant Tamain, the first at-bat of the afternoon, if you're just joining us. Fastball misses up and away. And now it's a full count. Castaldo, once again, have another good season. He's been around this league a long time. He'll go second, followed by Justin Meyer, the catcher. Here's the 3-2. And the first strikeout of the ball game for Christian Young. A good start for the Jackfish.
Looked like a breaking ball on 3-2 there. The strikeout just flipped it over.
First baseman number 5, Jordan Castaldo.
So Tamain's retired, and that will bring up just Jordan Castaldo, rather. And here's a guy batting .250 this season. He's batted in 9 runs, has 7 hits so far. But when he gets hot, again, here's another batter that can really dominate, joining the Maple Leafs this season. Inside pitch that looked like got right by the catcher of Cole Warkin. We were talking off the air. Cole Warkin joins the team and now will lead things off. A lot of changes. And when we spoke to Brian Esri before the game, he just simply said, you have to try things out, and this is one of them.
Yeah, definitely something you don't see very often, a catcher leading off.
Right. Got him with heat. Get him swinging for strike number 1. Yeah, Warkin, the catcher, will go first. Then it's Datson, the shortstop, second. A key addition in the infield, though, is Nolan Pettipiece. Welcome back. He is on second base for the Fish today. Fouled it back, 1-2. And Esri, of course, when we talked to, he was so excited. Of course, the team in the last week has seen it seems like 20 different players play at so many different positions. You finally get your core group that you want to go with and see play night in and night out. And here's a guy that you know can be there for you, and that's Nolan Pettipiece, a huge addition in the infield. 1-2, 1 away. That one goes foul as well to left field. You kind of look out and you see the clouds kind of start to move in, and we talked about that forecast. The wind actually starting to pick up here quite heavily now in the top half of the first inning. 1 out. I knew that was coming. As if you joined us on Thursday night, the umpires were being heckled about cleaning the plate not as often.
1 batter, 1 strikeout. Good start today.
1-2. Young set to deliver here on the 1-2 with 1 out. Castaldo trying to get things going for Toronto, and there's a hit that'll drop right over Pettipiece's head, and there's a first hit of the ball game for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Well, we talked about it. Castaldo's a guy, Brendan, that can easily do that for the Maple Leafs and just get things going, and that's his veteran experience showing and shining right through there at that at-bat.
For sure, he did a really good job. Inside fastball right there to pull his hands and get it over the second baseman for a base hit.
So it's a 1-out single for Castaldo, which will bring up Justin Meyer, the catcher. Takes his time. Now he's got the single, and he misses up high for ball 1. Toronto really doing a good job picking up some players in the offseason, of course, with the Guelph expansion draft as well, picking up Sean Riley. There's a lot of guys that come into this lineup that, obviously, Riley not starting today, but they can really be a dominant team. They have a record of 3-3, but a lot of, veteran guys that can really go deep and really put balls in the outfield. could put up big numbers, and we saw 20-19, and they get the loss with 19 runs.
What a crazy game that must have been.
Young, good pitch there. Gets it able to come back over the plate for strike number 1.
It's a really good job from Young to be able to throw a breaking ball when he's down in the count 2-0. To flip that over and get back in the count, now it's 2-1.
Well, as we take a look at the comments, Jason talking about his fastball speed, you're right. His arm is, when he's on, he can really throw the heat, as there's enough fastball that misses upstairs. But Young is one of those guys, he loves to go back to his fastball and rely on it. And you'll see a lot of it this afternoon. Castaldo waits on first base. Not a big lead as it's a 3-1 count. Once again, gets it with a breaking ball inside for strike number 2. It's a full count.
Looks like early on in this start, he's really got good control over his off-speed pitches.
The Jackfish, the first couple of innings we've talked about, it's been the storyline of the season so far, unable to get a lead. They've given up leads in 6 of the 7 games they've played. There's a high fly ball to right. Makes the catch. That'll return Castaldo to first. So a good patient grab from Dennis Day Benning to backtrack and make that grab for out number 2. Just a moonshot off the bat. Really carried a distance, but the height and the velocity took that home run away.
We have the flags blowing out, looks like to right field. Thought that ball might have carried a little more, but it seemed to die on the track.
So a 2-out situation now. Castaldo's to the lone base runner. That pitch moves outside. Second meeting between these two ball clubs. The Toronto Maple Leafs, of course, taking the first meeting of the season. That was back a few weeks ago at Christie Pitts. They'll meet for the third time tomorrow. First game of a home and home. Misses downstairs in the dirt. And actually, it's a weird schedule. You look at all the teams. This year with the 60, they're only playing 6 teams with obviously Guelph not participating. There's a lot of home and homes. So you'll see almost like a playoff feel, which is unique for these players, obviously playing more than 3 and 4. This is the Jackfish 4 and 4 weekend. And now you're going to play home and homes.
This is actually their second 4 and 4 weekend of the year.
That's right.
The first
Yep, that's right.
Of the season was also 4 and 4. So that's a tough schedule.
3-0 count with 2 away. Castaldo at first. This is Garrett Takamatsu. 2 left-handed batters, and now Takamatsu in the right batter's box, trying to get things going for the Maple Leafs. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 1. There's that fastball. The heat gets right by him.
He had the 3-0 green light right there, too. Had a good swing, but Young definitely blew the fastball by him.
Three and 1, 2 outs. See if he'll return right back to that fastball, and he is dominant when he can find the zone. Good pitch. Gets the outside corner of the plate for strike number 2. He's been really good so far, finding his rhythm, coming back and bouncing back after being behind in the count. 3 and 2, 2 outs. Here is the deciding and payoff pitch from Christian Young. Chopper that's called foul, as I believe it went right off the plate.
As this inning of Welland Jackfish Baseball is proudly presented by Welland Honda. Visit their showroom at 16.
It's so weird looking down and seeing some of the fans wearing, Christmas gear, or I've seen elves. It's so weird seeing Christmas in July. It's such a big theme now. Obviously, you see it on TV, you see it all over social media, and now it's at the pond this afternoon. Santa Claus in attendance, the Christmas tree's up, lights are out. Nothing to bring up the spirits. Castaldo's going. There's a shot to right. If it gets down, could be fair. That's a fair ball. All the way to the wall. Castaldo. He's going to round third, come home. And it's an RBI double for Takamatsu. And once again, the Jackfish give up that early lead. The Maple Leafs up 1-0.
Shortstop, number 17, John
Didn't look like too bad of a pitch from Young, actually. It looked like it was on the outer half of the plate. Just a really good job to shoot that ball into right field down the line for a double.
Couldn't have put it in a better spot. Go the opposite way. And just like that, they have a 1-0 lead on that RBI double from Garrett Takamatsu, which will bring up the shortstop of John Solazzo. So 1-0 for the visiting Toronto Maple Leafs. Arrived late, actually. No batting practice or no in and outs for the Maple Leafs this afternoon, as traffic was really bad on the QEW coming down from the province capital. Was talking to a few of the players, a couple of them saying 2.5 hours, some 2, 3.25. Like a drive that you'd think would take no more than an hour and a half. Here's the 1-0. Swung on and fouled. Evens the count at 1. Jackfish yesterday dropped a 5-0 decision on the road out west in London. Again, Rich Carante, pitching was good, just no bats. They just can't seem to get everything together. Sometimes they put the bats there, the pitching's not there, the defense isn't there. In London, the pitching goes well, the defense goes well. Only muster up 2 hits against De Los Santos, who pitched a complete shutout ballgame. So the 1-1. Fastball looked like it just went a bit high. 2-1.
Yeah, going back to last game too, Carente, 6 2/3, only gave up 3 runs. A great start. He's had a good year so far.
Carente and Boato seem to be the two for the Jackfish that have really propelled right well out of the gate for the season so far, through 7 games anyways. That's downstairs, back to second, try to get him. Not in time. Again, look good up here. Ezri slowly took a step towards second base from the dugout. But good arm from Workin to get that, and good heads-up defense play.
Yeah, that's a set play right there. They'll know that's happening before the pitch. Shortstop broken. Good throw, like you said, from Workin. Close play. Couldn't get him, though.
Mike Guthrow, though, in good position to make the call. So he stays at second. That misses outside, and that'll put the second base runner aboard. Now a runner on first and second for the Maple Leafs, which will bring up Chandler Mclaren.
Right fielder number 20, Chandler Mclaren.
So the Maple Leafs go all the way to the 6th batter in the order here in the top half of the first. Something Brian Ezri has talked about. He wants to be able to play and start games better. Jackfish, of course, the first 5 games alone gave up 60-plus runs. And now 11 against in the past 2. So that has improved. Now they just have to be able to play and get out of the gate early.
From what I'm seeing here, this is Chandler Mclaren's first at-bat of the year. He's got some pitching numbers.
Wow.
But, looks like he's getting his first chance to be in the starting lineup as a position player today.
Well, he's in right field this afternoon on defense to start for the Toronto Maple Leafs. So we'll take a look at the defensive changes, if there are any. I know they are short today. They do have a good number of players that are not here, including the big man, Sean Riley. And now 0-2, and he's ahead in the count. Oh, 2. Jackfish a strike away from getting out of this top half of the inning and leaving 2 aboard. Here's the 0-2 to Mclaren. Fouls it back, and once again, the Maple Leafs able to keep the at-bat alive. Oh, 2. 2 outs. Toronto comes into the ballgame with a record of 3-3, looking to climb over 500. The Jackfish just trying to snap a 4-game slide. Young delivers. Good movement on that pitch for strike number 3. They leave 2 aboard. They score 1. We'll go to the bottom half of the first when we return. You're watching Jackfish Baseball from the pond.
The first inning for your
It's a 1-0 Toronto Maple Leaf lead as we take a look at our starting lineup for the Welland Jackfish. As Cole Warkin steps to the dish for the first time this afternoon, he'll be followed by Brendan Datson at short. Dane Taflin, what a years he's having, he'll bat third. Keller will go fourth. Zardali Sina will bat fifth and play DH this afternoon, as we have a new left fielder, and that's Griffin Keller this afternoon. Dennis Day Benning, sixth. Mercier will play first base this afternoon and bat seventh. Pettipies welcome back, second baseman, and he'll bat eighth. And then it's Eric Marriott in the ninth spot.
That's right, Dane Taflin back at third base today. He's had a great year so far, off to a really hot start. He's hitting .423 for the season.
And they'll face Andrew Hyde, the righty, for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Here's the pitch from Hyde. There's a shot down the line. That looks like it's going to be a fair ball. It is. This will be extra bases for sure. He could easily go to third. Rounds first, rounds second. The throw in. That's a leadoff triple. He could go home. No, he won't, as it's caught by Hyde, playing good in a great spot. That pitch well over the third baseman's head.
Great job there by Warkin to lead off the game with a double. Hit it in the exact same spot as Takamatsu did last inning. Shot that ball down the line. This inning got a triple out of it. The catcher can really run.
So Cole Warkin, what a spot in the leadoff spot. We said it's not often you see the catcher lead things off, but how about a leadoff triple to right field? And now the Jackfish, just like that, bats are hot. Runner on third. This is Brandon Datson. He started the ball game at home 2 for 2 and had a really good outing here at the pond on Thursday evening. See if he can bring a runner home and even up the ball game. Here's the pitch from Hyde. Upstairs, misses. 2-0.
And the infield's playing back right now for Toronto. Looks like they'll give up a run for an out here.
So 2-0. Datson at the plate. Here's the offering to Datson. He wanted it, but just caught a piece of it, sending it behind him into the safety netting. Big gap right up the middle. Put it right over the pitcher's head would be a perfect spot right now for Datson. Here's the 2-1. Good block from the catcher, Justin Mara, for the Maple Leafs. Feels like it's been a long time since we've seen the Jackfish excel in the first couple of innings. So that leadoff triple, and there's a pitch that gets fouled into the parking lot.
Well,
really
yeah,
boosts the confidence.
For sure. I think there's only been one game where they've had a lead early on. That was against London at
That's
home.
it, the one time.
Games
Yep.
ago.
6 of the 7 so far, the Jackfish have trailed in the first couple of innings. Swing and a miss for the first strikeout for Andrew Hyde.
That's a good pitch from Hyde right there. He knew that Datson was definitely on the fastball. He kept fouling him back, went up with a high fastball. Datson just couldn't get the barrel up there.
So this brings up Dane Taflin. He's having a career year so far for the Fish. Good movement on that pitch from Hyde to start this at-bat against Dane Taflin. Dane Taflin, the most consistent bat for the Jackfish, and one of the most consistent third basemen in the league. Boy, he had a great defensive game here as well on Thursday. There's a shot down the line that'll go foul, and he's behind in the count, 0-2.
That's right. We talked about how good he's been in the batting lineup.
Yeah.
But he's also been amazing at third base. He's really done a great job there. Really shored up the defense, too, on the infield for the Jackfish.
He just has that edge. It's a little more, you could tell he's more of a professional. He seems that the power, the knowledge, it's a little more than a lot of the other players in this league, and that makes him stand out. The throws are a lot crisper. He doesn't seem to make as many errors, and that's what the Jackfish need in the infield, is a lot more consistent defense, as we've seen it just in the last 2 games, going from 60-plus runs through 5 games to 11 in the last 2. Got him looking, thought it was low downstairs in the basement, but they call it a low strike for out number 2. And that'll keep the leadoff man, Cole Warkin, halted at third base. So a low fastball catches the corner, the bottom corner of Ben Mercier's strike zone. And now the Jackfish down to their last out here in the bottom of the first. Swing and a miss for strike number 1 as he went with a fastball right down the middle. Hyde so far, so good for Toronto. Other than that one blemish, the leadoff man of Cole Warkin, a huge triple. And that one, he definitely wants that swing back, as that was well outside, called strike.
Looked like an off-speed pitch there. Started out right over the plate. Looked like it faded off outside. He couldn't get his barrel on it.
0-2, 2 outs. And it's a chopper to the first baseman. And that will end the bottom half of the first. The Jackfish unable to cash in Warkin, who hits a remarkable triple down the right field line. 1-0 Maple Leafs through 1 complete. We'll go to the top of the second when we return.
Maple Leafs, second baseman number 6, Dan Mara.
Here we go in the top of the second. Dan Mara will lead things off. This is the number 7 spot in the order for the Toronto Maple Leafs as we get a good look at our infield. We'll talk about them right now for the Jackfish as Christian Young delivers a opening pitch strike to get ahead in the count 0-1. The outfielders this afternoon for the Jackfish out in left is Griffin Keller. There's a high fly ball to the center fielder. Eric Marriott moves under it and makes the grab as Eric Marriott will play center. And out in right is Dennis Day Benning. Inside the diamond, Dane Taflin, of course, will bat third as we save the camera. Excellent work from the cameraman to save everything as you got a good look there. So Dane Taflin will bat third, and he's playing third base. Shortstop is Datson. Second base for the Jackfish is Pettipiece. And then behind the plate is Cole Warkin leading off. Christian Young is on the mound. And the first baseman, this is the story for the Jackfish, Andrew Mercier. Seems, our 4th first baseman this year probably at least.
Yeah, for sure. It started out the year with Hildebrandt down there at first base as we see the pitch.
And it's a shot that will go just under the glove of Datson, the shortstop. But I believe that would have been a base hit anyways, as it was to the outer part of the infield. Good spot through the hole. And Mara's got a leadoff single.
Yeah, Datson was playing more up the middle there because of the left-handed hitter, and he had a long way to go to get that ball, and he couldn't get there.
But you're right about first base. I know we've seen Hildebrandt. Tony Kwan has played first base sometimes. We've seen Mercier now. Marco's coming in relief, I believe, just for a defensive inning. So there's been a lot of change. So runner aboard is Jeff McLeod. Here's Ryan Johnston, the ninth hitter at the bottom of the order for the Maple Leafs.
And Tony Kwan looked like he was going to be a mainstay at first base after
Yes.
the bat came alive. And then, of course, the injury. Now they're just trying to mix and match and see what they can find down there at first base.
Well, we were talking with Brian Ezery, and we were here for batting practice, and he did swing the bat this afternoon. So that is a sign of improvement. Not ready to go. Thinks he'll be scheduled to be back in the lineup on Thursday. Back here Thursday night. So this weekend he is not going to play. And I believe he traveled with the team to London last night. One's across the board. Swinging strike. Good movement. Stretching him way out. And now it's a 1-2 count.
And speaking of first base, if you noticed, Matt Hildebrandt's not in the lineup today at DH or first base. It's just a day off for him. He is available as a pinch hit option later in the game.
1-2, 1 out. Got a signal. Here's the pitch. Foul tip for out number 2. So they have a base runner on first, but now a two-out situation as we go back to the top of the order, as this is Garrett Takamatsu for the Maple Leafs. So 1-0 Toronto Maple Leaf lead. If you're just joining us, the runner on first fouls it right off his right ankle. So you could tell that was a little bit of a sting.
He's wearing that shin guard on his front leg, so
Yep.
it must happen quite a bit to him.
So now the 0-1. Two-out situation. The runner aboard is Jeff McLeod, the DH at first, as that's upstairs. Third game in 3 days for the Jackfish. 0-2 as they've dropped the last 4 in a row, trying to end that slide this afternoon against the Maple Leafs. They'll have one more chance, if not tomorrow afternoon, for the second part of the home and home. And time is called as he throws. Very late time call. Not sure what the issue was, but now Mercier moving up from the infield to talk to him.
It seemed like the batter Tillmain did call time, but it was pretty late. He
Really
into
late,
his
yeah.
motion before he called time. I'm surprised the umpire granted it to him.
So we'll redo the 1-1. Fastball offering misses upstairs. So 2-1. 2 outs.
What's their names?
Benoit.
Benoit, yeah.
You can just say Anne, I guess.
Benoit, no problem, yeah.
Yeah, and Gislen.
So here's the 2-1 offering. Looked like a good pitch, but misses inside high. No good. 3-1. We'll expect Young to go actually quite a ways in this ball game, as he's a pitcher that can really carry a team, and he does not like to come out. He's one of those guys that will stay in there and keep battling, as there's a 3-1 strike to make it a full count. Three and two, 2 outs. Grabs his side. Here's the payoff pitch coming. Swing and a miss. For his third strikeout of the ball game. We've played 1.5. They hold them off the board in this top half of the second. We'll go to the bottom when we come back. You're watching Jackfish Baseball from the pond.
Inning for your Welland Jackfish, the designated hitter, number 2, Zarly Cena.
So Zarly Cena will start things off for the Jackfish here in the 5 spot of the order. Gets an afternoon off from in the field as he's the DH this afternoon. As he's still looking to break out of his comfort zone and shell, as here's a guy you bring in that you know can swing the bat. Was excited to join. There's a hit. Hopefully will drop in front of the center fielder, and it will. So just like that, the Jackfish once again, the leadoff man of the inning, gets on base, and this time it's a leadoff single by the DH Zarly Cena.
Looked like something just off the end of the bat, but hey, anything will work when you're trying to get going on offense.
Well, it looked like it was going to stay up in the air for a little bit, and then it must have hit dead air and just dropped right into the gap between the second baseman, right fielder, and center fielder. So a perfectly executed leadoff at-bat for Zarly Cena. And now this brings up Dennis Day Benning, who takes a pretty good chop at the first one, but misses for strike 1. So they have a base runner aboard. They left one base runner aboard in the bottom half of the first. It's been a problem for the Jackfish getting those timely hits and bringing base runners home. Cena's going to second. That's going to go to the field. He could easily go to third. An awful throw from the Maple Leafs catcher. That was miles high. As Justin Morrow won that throw back, that must have went at least 10 feet above the second baseman's head.
Definitely will be an error charged to the catcher, Justin Morrow. And now, runner at third base again with nobody out for the Jackfish, same as the first inning. Let's see if they can get him home here.
An error is a polite way to cost that throw. That was well high. So the Jackfish in the same spot. Nobody out, a runner on third. This is where you want to pull your hair out if you're unable to cash him in. As Dave Benning takes that pitch on the inside corner for strike 2. It's 1-2. 1-2, runner a third after that throwing error from the catcher Mara. Goes all the way from first. Tried to frame it inside, but it's outside high for ball 2, 2-2. Fans still making their way in. We talked about how it almost looked like a little kind of a sparse crowd, but there's a ball team here. There's a birthday party going on. They're starting to fill in. High fly ball into the seats. Heads up, hold your beer cups. And we'll find out where that lucky fan from in the Niagara region takes that ball home from.
Scooped up by a fan from Grimsby. Great to support Welland.
Gotta love that.
Baseball.
Rod Mahood, the PA announcer here, always shouting out the Niagara region on every foul ball. Inside pitch, able to get a piece of it. Shocked he actually swung at that pitch. Must have liked it right from the release, as that was inside low.
This has been a good at-bat for Dave Benning, you know. Fouling off some tough pitches, just waiting to get one over the plate, see if he can put a good swing on it. Here's
the 2-2. Swing and a miss. As that pitch slid away from him right at the end for out number 1. You would think the confidence, of course, you know, as at-bat goes on, and you have a guy at third base and you still are unable to just even get a single.
Or even right now, sacrifice fly, even a ground ball up the middle.
Yes.
Will work because the infield's playing back.
The pressure mounts, of course, at each at-bat. Jackfish just trying to break through, and Esri talked about that with us earlier before the game, and that's all he wants to see is just that breakthrough. As there's a
now at the dish for your Welland
ball that goes off the
Jackfish.
end of the bat.
First baseman number 26, Andrew Mercier.
So now the 0-1 with one out. Here's the pitch to Mercier, and swings and a miss for strike number 2. But you're right, a sac fly, anything to cash him in. Just a line drive to the first baseman, you know, get the out, but it scores a run to even the ball game. Here's the offering, it's high. 1-2. So Cena aboard at third, awaiting his green light to come on home and tie this game up at 1. Here's the 1-2. It's a little blooper right to the second baseman for the Maple Leafs, and that won't even leave the infield, and Mercier is retired. Once again, the
The
Jackfish
second baseman, number 4, once again.
still trying to cash in a run.
Golden
For
Pettipies.
Toronto, that's the next best thing to a strikeout right there. Pop up on the infield. Not able to cash the run. So now we're going to need a little two-out magic from Nolan Pettipies.
Well, it was a good pitch from Hyde, pitching him right around his hands. Not a great swing from Mercier. And now it's a good breaking ball that goes in there for a strike. 0-1. Some of the fans just got to love their commentary, as that couldn't have been any more down the middle. Good movement once again, getting Pettipies to swing. 0-2. Jackfish way behind in the count here now with 2 outs.
Looks like he's pitching him a little bit backwards in the first at-bat, starting off with 2 breaking balls. Let's see if he goes with a fastball now.
The 0-2, 2 outs. Way high, though. Hyde working against Pettipies here. Marriott is due up for the Fish. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Back-to-back innings. The Jackfish leave a runner aboard at third. That'll cost you in the long run. We'll see what happens when we go to the third. You're watching Jackfish Baseball Top 3 when we come back.
Leading off the third inning for Toronto, first baseman Jordan Castaldo.
Top 3 we go. It's a 1-0 Toronto Maple Leaf lead. And we'll start things off with Jordan Castaldo. Been in the league since 2010. Second stint with the Maple Leafs, as that's where he actually started back in 2010. Then he went to the Barrie Baycats and was a part of all those championships. Joined the Baycats in the summer of 2013. And of course, a part of their big franchise run all the way through 2019, where they won 6 straight Dominico Cups. And now he goes back to where it all began with the Maple Leafs. So far this season, 7 hits, batting only .250, but when he gets hot, that average will climb very rapidly. Just taking a look at his last couple of years' average, .315, .453, and .403. High fly ball. The left fielder for the Fish, Griffin Keller, there to retire Castaldo.
Catcher Justin Morrow.
So now Justin Mara will try to get things going here for the Maple Leafs. Made that error in the bottom of the second, which it was able to move Cena from first to third. Now he'll bat against Christian Young. Young, good movement on that one, sliding it from the left side of the plate inside. Strike 1.
I mentioned it a little bit earlier, but he's really got a good feel for his breaking ball today. He's been a little wild with the fastball, but he's...
As you see it there, that one goes downstairs in the dirt, just behind the plate, catching Cole Warkin this afternoon. And he seemed to be set, but steps off the rubber, and that'll take a second or so as we're back. It's a 1-1 count with 1 out. Just a chopper to the first baseman. Good grab by Mercier. And he'll be retired for out number 2.
Left fielder Garrett Takamatsu.
We mentioned earlier, Andrew Mercier playing first base. Not used to that position. He's usually a catcher for the Jackfish. Made a good play right there.
Mercier, catcher, DH, and now first base. And he's a guy, you speak to him just away from the ballpark, and you know what? He's not a fielder, but I'm sure he'd play the field if needed. He's a guy that would basically play anywhere for the Jackfish. Loves the baseball. And he's a position player for sure. And now he's playing first base. But yes, you're right. Either a DH or catcher, traditionally. But Warkin settling in behind the plate for the Jackfish, their go-to guy. There's a deep shot to left. To the wall, not able to grab it. And it's a home run for Garrett Takamatsu. A blast off the end of the bat, and now they jump out and double their lead. It's 2-0. The fastball easily picked by Takamatsu and sent all the way to left field. And Keller, I thought, might have had a chance. Looked like he made the effort, but cleared the wall by a good couple of feet.
I was going to say, great effort by Keller. He got back there, leaped at the wall. He looked like he was close. Might have been a little too far.
So they make it a 2-0 Toronto Maple Leaf lead here. The Jackfish have dropped the last 4 in a row. Their early season woes continue. And again, their teams score against them in the first couple of innings. They seem to mellow out usually, as we'll see if that tendency continues this afternoon. As there's a shot right to Keller again. This one doesn't have the distance to go. Keller makes the grab for out number 3. So the home run for Takamatsu tacks on another run for the Maple Leafs. It's 2-0 for the baby blue and dark blue this afternoon. We go to the bottom half of the inning when we return. You're watching Jackfish Baseball right here from the pond. Bottom of the third we go. The Jackfish, Brandon, the first couple of innings, it was almost like a carbon copy. They leave a runner aboard on third base, no outs, and they give up 3 straight outs, a couple of strikeouts, a blooper to the shortstop, or the blooper to second base, rather, and just ground balls. They cannot seem to get those timely hits that cash in runs. And again, they try here in the bottom of the third. They trail 2-0.
After Marriott, they'll go back to the top of the order. So let's see if the second time through the lineup, we'll be able to get some more hits off of Hyde.
Well, a positive note is Cole Warkin had a very great at-bat, send one all the way down the right field line for a leadoff triple. So if Marriott can cash in or at least get on board, that should give a little confidence to Warkin, who hit a leadoff triple this afternoon. He'll be followed by Datson and then Taflin. Here is Eric Marriott, though, the lefty for the Jackfish. Takes that one in the dirt for ball 2.
Marriott also has a stolen base on the year, so he's somebody that can run a little bit if he gets on.
Something the Jackfish have really tamed down, of course. If you remember the scrappier, more running Jackfishes, there's a shot that should get in the gap, and it will. So Eric Marriott's aboard, and that brings up Cole Warkin. Part 1 of the play executed.
The catcher, number 34, Cole Warkin.
And Cole Warkin, standing 6'3", has that long reach, can get his bat across the plate, and can really send balls the opposite way and help this offense. He's got Marriott aboard at first with another leadoff single for the Fish. Third hit of the afternoon for the Jackfish here in the bottom half of the third. Takes the first pitch. Breaking ball outside for a strike. Catches the corner. 0-1. Got a signal. Here's the 0-1. Good pitch again. Andrew Hyde really confident so far on the hill for Toronto. Hyde appeared in the game, the 18-7 win in Toronto. High fly ball, not playable though, as that's going right towards the batting practice bubble. 0-2. Pitched 5 against the Cardinals, took the loss, but pitched 2 innings in that 18-7 decisive win for the Maple Leafs. Came in relief. And now we'll start the ball game here in Welland. 0-2, runner aboard is the bottom of the order, Eric Marriott. Here's the pitch. Misses downstairs with the fastball. I'm shocked didn't go back to the breaking ball again, because the first 2 were just fantastic. And his confidence level with it, just like Christian Young's, has been good. Runner going. Foul call. Mercier right away calling for time and sends Marriott back to first.
Yeah, you saw Justin Mara trying to sell that like he caught the foul tip. Looked like it hit the dirt first, though.
It doesn't help it's dry, so when it hits the dirt, it is kind of spreading in the... Balk called. Jackfish got a break, as he must have caught him corner of his eye, saw him running, and just quickly lifted his foot for the balk. So he gets the base, and now they have a runner in scoring position with a 1-2 count to Cole Warkin. So 1-2, the Jackfish again, runner in scoring position with nobody out. Third time's the charm. There's a shot right back to the shortstop, though. And Marriott's there to tag up.
Good swing by Warkin. Second hard hit ball of the night. Or the day, excuse me. That was just hit right at somebody. A little unlucky. But good base running from Marriott. Freeze on the line drive. Got back to second base.
Well, it's lucky it came pretty much right at him. So that froze him very quickly. So it's a 1-out situation for the lefty of Brandon Datson, the shortstop. That's had a pretty good weekend so far, looking to continue that in his return to the Fish. Called strike. The 0-1 coming now from Hyde with the runner behind him at second base. A 1-out situation. That's bounced in the dirt. Good block, though, from Mara, and that'll freeze the base runner again and keep him right at second for the Jackfish.
Some good base running by Marriott, causing a little chaos at first base, caused the balk. Looked like he was going to try to move up on that ball in the dirt, but he stayed there.
Well, it's good Marriott did not hurt himself, obviously. As you saw, he almost did the splits when he tried to go back to first, but then Ben Mercier calls the balk. There's an offering right down the middle for a strike, and Hyde's ahead in the count, 1-2. The Jackfish playing in their 8th game of the season. This is the 7th for the Maple Leafs in this 30-game campaign. In the dirt, 2-2, evens the count. 6 games less than 2019, when you had the full 8-team rotation and the actually season was a month longer. So a very condensed edition of IBL baseball, with all teams making the playoffs this year. Good pitch, just missing on the outside corner. Full count, runner aboard on second is Marriott, 1 out. In the bottom of the third, it's a 2-0 Maple Leaf lead. Datson trying to get something going here. Huge swing that sends that ball foul to the berm and left.
Not as many people running after that foul ball down the left field berm as we usually see on the right field berm.
Well, left field, you got a couple trees that apply a lot of shade, and down the right field, you got beers and patio and some umbrellas. Take your pick where you want to go. So he gets a walk to first base on the 3-2 ball. And if you think the Jackfish need a run here, this is time of the game where you have to cash in, or else you're giving up too many base runners, as this is the 3rd straight inning the Jackfish have runners aboard. They left 2 so far in the ball game, both of them coming left on third base. Here's Dane Taflin. And like you said, Brandon, top of the order, you have Taflin and then Keller that's seen it. You couldn't ask for a better lineup right at the right time. Hyde's ready. Here's the 0-1 delivery with 1 out, 2 runners aboard. That's downstairs. Evens the count at 1. Hyde has been throwing a lot of pitches, though, in this 3rd inning. A couple of full counts. Jackfish doing a good job to keep the at-bats long. If they're unable to cash in, at least get his arm. There's a ground ball to short. They get the play at second and the play at first. No, now they call it he's safe at first. He originally said out for the double play, but he said the first baseman of Jordan Castaldo dropped the ball. So the runners move from first and third now. That's a lucky break for the Jackfish, as once again, that would have been 2 base runners left aboard.
Griffin Keller.
And it was a good defensive play from Toronto to turn the double play. Castaldo just drops the ball. So now 2 outs, though. Runners on the corners for the Fish. Outside, Mara threatening with a pump fake. Down the third base line to the third baseman. Defense and pitching is what Brian Esri said needs to change for the Jackfish so far in their 2-5 early start. So far, it's been the opposite. No bats to cash in some runs. They've left the runner on third twice, and now they have the runners on the corner here in the bottom of the 3rd. Hyde's offering. A shot to center. Get down ball, but it's right to the center fielder, and once again, the Jackfish leave 2 aboard. We've played 3 complete. Brendan Legg will jump on and take you through 4, 5, 6. You're watching Jackfish Baseball, 4th inning when we come back.
And we're back here at the
Leading off
pond.
for
I'm
Toronto
Brendan Lang,
right
taking
fielder
over on the mic for Spencer
Chandler
Tangwiz.
McLaren.
He'll be gone for the inning. As leading off, coming to the plate right now for Toronto is Chandler Mclaren, the right fielder. He stands in, swing and fouled back off the catcher work and strike one. McLaren 0 for 1 today. As he stands in. The 0-1 pitch from Young. Looked like it just caught the inside corner. Might have been a little bit low, but Mercier gives him the strike. It's now 0-2 to McLaren. Has a sign and the pitch. Outside corner, strike 3 for Young. One away here in the inning.
Fans, that's 5.
A great pitch from Young there.
Right
Right on the outside corner, 1, 2, 3, he got him. And there's one out.
Second baseman Dan Morrow.
Now the second baseman, Dan Mara, stands in. Strike 1, that's 4 straight strikes thrown by Young. Pitch to Mara. Strike 2. He's got a good breaking ball early, as that's the first 2 pitches right there he's gotten over with the off-speed pitches. Let's see if he goes with the fastball. Outside, first ball thrown in the inning by Young. And the count is 1-2. Swing, line drive to second base, and a great catch! Out there by Nolan Pettipiece. He was running over to his glove side. He jumped and he made the grab. 2 gone here in the 4th.
Designated hitter Jeff McLeod.
Nolan Pettipiece coming back today. This is his first game of the season. I saw him out there earlier today taking ground balls at around 10:30 this morning with Coach Rick Pilateri. Getting used to the new infield here in Welland at the pond. And he made a great play right there. Not on a ground ball, but still a great running, leaping catch. Strike 1 to Jeff McLeod, the designated hitter for Toronto. Another off-speed pitch there from Young. Fouled away, strike 2. One thing I've noticed about Christian Young here in this game today, he works really quickly. Doesn't take a lot of time between pitches. He gets the ball, he gets the sign from the catcher working, and he's ready to go. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Upstairs, ball 1. He went with a fastball there and he missed high. He's ready to go again. The 1-2. Swing and a shot hit down the right field line. That's going to hook foul. Count stays at 1-2. Somebody's got to get on that ball down the line. Time is called. And it's picked up. Young back on the rubber. Again, here comes the 1-2. Strike 3 on the outside corner. Went with the breaking ball and got him again. 3 up, 3 down for Christian Young as we head to the bottom of the 4th.
Jackfish. Designated hitter, number 2, Zarly Cena.
And we're back here at the pond. Brendan Lang with you here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Zarly Cena will step to the plate. The designated hitter today, usually playing in the outfield. He'll get a day off his feet and be the DH. That ball's low and inside. First pitch of the at-bat to Cena. Cena's 1 for 1 today. Hyde's ready, and the pitch. Fouled away. That ball's going back over the press box into the parking lot. Hopefully no cars were hit out there. Again, with this tough schedule, 4 games in 4 days, you're going to see a lot of guys coming in and out of the lineup. Some guys who are usually playing on defense will be getting some DH days just to make sure everybody stays fresh. This ball's hit on the ground to the shortstop. Throw on to first. 1 gone here in the 4th.
Right fielder number 6, Dennis.
It was an easy play for the shortstop, John Solazzo. Perfect hop, and it was right at him. And a good throw to Castaldo as Hyde continues to get through this Welland lineup unscathed. Here's Dennis Benning. He's playing in right field today as he chops one foul down the third baseline into the dugout. On deck hitter Andrew Mercier. He's got the ball. Benning gets ready in the box. And Hyde's ready. The 0-1 pitch. Bounced in. Looked like it caught the umpire on the mask. Definitely hit the ground first. Took some of the speed off that one, as he seems to be okay. That is Ben Mercier behind the plate. He's actually been around for most of the games here in Welland so far to start this year. A swing and a miss from Benning looked like a breaking ball. The count's 1-2. Welland trying to break through here in the 4th. They've been shut out so far after getting shut out yesterday, as that's a ball high. They were shut out yesterday, too, against London. As Pedro De Los Santos, the pitcher for London, threw a complete game shutout. Only 2 hits were given up. That ball's outside. That will run the count full, as Benning's put up a good at-bat here. He had a good at-bat in his first one as well. So he gets set for the 3-2. They only had 2 hits yesterday, Andrew Mercier and Brendan Underhill. And the 3-2 pitch, and it hit him. The pitch looked to be behind Benning a little bit, but he will get on base, as that is the 4th straight inning. The Jackfish have had base runners, and they haven't been able to cash them yet. So let's see if they can get it done here. Andrew Mercier steps to the plate. As I just mentioned, he was one of the guys that had a hit yesterday's game. He was at first base yesterday, at first base again today. We have touched on that first base situation here in Welland. Benning takes his lead off first base. Mercier's ready in the box, and the pitch in the dirt. Benning's going to take off for second. He'll get in there uncontested, as that will probably go as a wild pitch. So that ball was bounced in. The catcher, Mara, couldn't quite get his body in front of it as deflected down the third base side. And he didn't have time to throw it Benning at second, so another runner in scoring position for the Jackfish. See if they can drive him in. The pitch to Mercier, low and inside, 2-0. As Welland really hasn't got themselves into a lot of good hitters counts today. They've been falling behind a lot to Hyde, but we've got one here. Let's see if we can cash in. And the pitch hit on the ground up the middle. Hyde couldn't get a glove on it. Throw on to first, they'll get him. But a good job from Mercier, as he will move up the runner on a ground ball to the right side. That play was made by Dan Mara. Out at second base. There are 2 out now, so it's going to take a 2-out hit from the returnee Nolan Pettipiece. He made a great play on defense in the top of this inning. Now let's see if he can cash one in here with a big 2-out hit. First pitch of the at-bat, down low, ball 1. A trend that I've really noticed here from the starter, Hyde. He's liked to start off the hitters with the breaking ball and then go to the fastball late in counts, which is not usually what you see. As that was a fastball, that was swung on and missed. Might have been a changeup. Looked like he might have taken something off. And it's 1-1. Pettipiece playing in his first game here. He's a returning player from the 2019 team, as that pitch is right on the corner for strike 2. It's 1-2. Pettipiece is the longest tenured member of this organization. He's played for a lot of different teams under different names. He played in Burlington before they came, and he played on Welland last year. The 1-2, that ball's high for ball 2. It's 2-2. Pettipiece had a pretty good year in 2019. He hit 280, over 100 at-bats. Pitch, foul at the plate. Looked like it might have caught the umpire, Ben Mercier, again, but he seems to be okay. As now there's a little confusion at the plate, as Mercier said the count was 1-2, but he has corrected himself. It is a 2-2 count. And the 2-2 pitch. Swing, hit on the ground to the shortstop. Solazzo can't get there, he'll throw, and he can't make the play! John Solazzo can't make the play. It was hit right at him. He clanked it off his glove, and that will get a run home. And maybe that's just what the Jackfish needed to finally break through. As the 9-hitter and center fielder,
number 9, Eric
Marriott, will stand in. So the Jackfish finally on the board as they have cut the Toronto lead in half. And a runner at first base now in Pettipiece. Hyde's going to try to look to get out of this, just minimizing the damage. He did get a ground ball there, but the error cost them a run as that pitch is just off the outside corner for ball 1. 1-0 the count here to Marriott. Hyde's got the sign and he's ready to go. The 1-0 pitch. Looked like it was in the same spot, but he got the strike called this time. And it's 1-1. Marriott 1 for 1 in the game. He had a hit in his first at-bat. That ball is outside and low, it seemed to be. Ball 2.
Did you listen to Dave this morning? He said when he sent me a text afterwards, I didn't hear it.
And the pitch. Hit in the air. This ball is slicing back into the crowd. Let's see if somebody will make a play. Oh! The fan out there can't hang on. Looks like she's okay. Tough play. That ball was hit really high. Couldn't make the play, but she is okay. The 2-2 now back in the action. That ball bounces way in front of the plate. Looked like he only threw that one about 55 feet. Just that one was not even close, and the count will swell to 3-2. As the runner at first base, Pettipiece, will be off on the pitch. Here comes the full count offering. In the dirt again, ball 4. And the Jackfish have runners at first and second as we go back to the top of the order in Cole Workin. Cole Workin had a leadoff double down the right field line. It was an opposite field hit. Let's see if he can get a carbon copy of that right here. Drive home a couple runs. It'll be a big hit right now. First pitch of the at-bat. That's just high. Ball 1 to Workin. Runners at first and second, 2 gone here in the 4th. That pitch is right there, just at the letters for strike 1. It's 1-1.
Remember last game how many kids ran out?
Right spot in the lineup right now to get a big hit. Here's the pitch. That one just drifts outside. Looked like an off-speed pitch. Can't get it over. Count goes to 2-1. Larkin levels his bat in front of his eyes. Now it's back. He's ready for the pitch from Hyde. Here it is. A breaking ball. Beautiful pitch there from Andrew Hyde. He started it at the hip of Working and brought it right back into the zone. Again, here's the 2-2. That ball's high. Another full count here in the inning. The runners will be moving once again on the pitch with 2 out. As Workin looks to get a pitch to hit. The full count pitch from Hyde. Fouled away. This ball's going over the press box once again into the parking lot. Good battle. Marriott and Pettipiece out there are going to be getting some wind sprints in as they'll be off again on this pitch after that foul ball from Workin. Ready? The full count pitch as he picked his foot up and he looked back at second base. Wasn't going to pick off, probably just wasn't comfortable with the pitch that he chose. And he's ready again. Here it is. The full count offering. Swing, and this ball's hit to the third baseman. He picks it up, throw onto first. The inning is over, but the Jackfish do score 1. It is 2-1. As we go to the top of the 5th here at the Pond.
All right, Jackfish fans, it's time. Center fielder Ryan Johnston.
And we're back here at the pond. 2-1 the score. Toronto in front as Ryan Johnston stands in. The number 9 hitter, the center fielder. He's ready. Young still on the mound. The pitch, that ball bounces, looks like a slider to start off the at-bat. Ball 1. Young's pitched pretty well so far. He's thrown 47 strikes, 24 balls over 4 innings. That ball's high, ball 2. He's got 5 strikeouts already today. Here's the pitch. That ball's hit on the ground to third, foul. Taflin gives it a look. But it goes into the Jackfish bullpen. Young doesn't look to be tiring. There's nobody getting loose down there in that aforementioned Jackfish bullpen. As here's the 2-1 pitch. Check swing. They're going to check. They say he did not go. Looked close. But Ray Brownlee says, no, he did not. 3-1 now. Here comes the pitch. Perfect pitch right on the outside corner for strike 2. A full count here to Johnston. Johnston 0 for 1 on the day. Young looking for the strikeout, and here's the pitch. Hit in the air, left field. Going back on it is Datson. He comes in. The left fielder, Griffin Keller, makes the play. He called him off. And there's one gone as Datson was going out for that ball, but evidently Griffin Keller called him off. He comes in, he makes the play. And now they're going to go back to the top of the order as Garrett Takamatsu steps in, the third baseman for Toronto. Here's the 0-0. He squares to bunt, pulls the bat back, but it doesn't matter as it's strike 1 anyway. He saw Taflin crashing a little bit there. Don't think he'll be bunting in this situation. Here's the 0-1. Pitch just outside. Looked like a good spot, but he didn't get the call. The count's 1-1. Perfect pitch right down the middle. Looked like another breaking ball from Young. Counts 1-2 as he looks for his 6th strikeout of the night. And the pitch outside with a fastball. Same spot as the other fastball he's thrown in this at-bat. It's 2-2 now. Here's the 2-2 as that ball hit him up high. Don't know if that was on the shoulder or the helmet maybe. Didn't hear anything that would tell me that it was the helmet, so it looked like he got him on the shoulder. Nonetheless, Takamatsu does go down to first base, though. And now here is Jordan Castaldo. We've talked about him in the broadcast so far. One of the big bats for Toronto. He's gotten off to a little bit of a slow start so far this year, but he did have a hit in his first at-bat tonight. He's ready in the box. Takamatsu at first base. Here's the pitch to Castaldo. Check swing, but it doesn't matter as that ball was in there for strike 1. Young gets ahead. Young's ready. Takamatsu takes his lead off of first base. He checks the runner. Now he's ready to go. The 0-1 pitch. Swing hit into center field. Marriott moves over, glides under it, and he makes the play. That ball was hit low and pretty hard out to center field, but pretty much right at the center fielder, Marriott. So he makes an easy play. 2 down now as Young continues to roll. Garrett Takamatsu staying where he is at first base on that play. And Justin Mara will step up, the catcher tonight, hitting in the 3-hole. Young checks the runner. And the pitch. Outside ball 1. The runner at first base is Takamatsu. This ball's hit in the air, but that one's going to go foul for sure. Right above us here. Looked like it went over the press box once again. That's 3 foul balls that have gone over top of us since I've gotten on the mic here.
2-1 special.
Again, checks the runner. The 2-1 pitch. That ball's inside. Almost hit his second batter of the inning. But Mara gets out of the way. So that's ball 3. The count goes to 3-1. As Young's going to look to settle this down so he doesn't give up a walk here in the 5th. Here comes the 3-1 offering. Outside, ball 3. I was looking at the scoreboard out here, and we had a little bit of a problem. It is only 3-1 now. Sorry, that pitch was 2-1.
You can blame me.
And the pitch, swing and a miss. A great off-speed pitch from Young, and the count goes to 3-2. Tomain will be off on the pitch as after that last one, our regular guy, Spencer Tangway, running the scoreboard, was saying he had that one. The full count pitch. There goes the runner, and he calls time. Once again, that's the second time we've seen that today. A late time call from one of the Maple Leaf hitters as he steps out. Mercier was holding the runner on. Now he's going to play behind the runner because of the full count. He's going to back up. There goes Tomain. The 3-2 pitch hit in the air again to center field. This ball's more shallow. Marriott moving over, but it's going to be the left fielder Keller as he's under it, and he makes the play. The inning is over. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. Still 2-1 here in Welland.
Mid-inning events, the inflatable horse race. Brendan Datson.
And we're back here in the pond as Brendan Datson will step in, the number 2 hitter, the shortstop. As Hyde's still out there for Toronto. First pitch of the inning is fouled off down the first base side as there is some action down in the Toronto bullpen right now.
Championship weekends now they have a chance now.
We'll try to find out who that is for you. Doesn't look like he's getting hot just yet. Just throwing. 0-1 count to Datson. Here it comes. That ball's low and outside, ball 1. The next Jackfish home game is on Thursday, July 29th. They'll play Brantford. That ball's a nice breaking ball. Looked like it might have caught the top of the zone, but Mercier called it a ball.
According to my script, up next.
Yes, Welland will welcome Brantford to town on July 29th for a Thirsty Thursday game here at the Pond. This ball swung on, hit in the air. Left field, but that ball's going to get out of play. Up onto the left field berm. We see a young fan chasing after it. Now we've got a couple going for it. And the race is on. It's a 2-2 count here to Datson. This ball's hit in the air left field. This one might be playable. Moving over is the left fielder. He's there, and he makes the play. A good job by the left fielder Takamatsu. He had a long way to go, but he made the play. His cap fell off, but he made the catch. And now here's Dane Taflin to the plate.
Number 23, Dane Tufflin.
As the Toronto bullpen starts to crank it up a little more down there. Still trying to find out who that is. One gone here in the bottom of the 5th. Still 2-1. Pitch to Taflin. That ball's in the dirt, ball 1. It's 1-0. We mentioned early on in the broadcast just how good of a year Dane Taflin is having at the plate and in the field. As the 1-0 pitch is on the outside corner for strike 1. Taflin hitting .423 in 26 at-bats. He scored 11 runs. He's got 3 doubles. He also has 2 home runs on the year. He leads the team in that category as well. Here's the pitch, laced down the left field line, but foul as it bangs off the fence but stays in play. As a relief pitcher, Austin Olds will go down and get that foul ball.
It wasn't in the script the other night. I don't know if it's back in there. Just let me know when, Ryan. We'll do it, okay?
Taflin ready at the plate. It's a 1-2 count for him as Hyde sets. And the pitch. This ball, a little nubber up the first base line. Hyde's got it. Flipped to first to Castaldo, and they got him 2 down. Looks like it might have been an off-speed pitch as Taflin was way out in front, and he just got it off the end of the bat. For out number 2. And Griffin Keller, the left fielder, stands up, number 24.
Griffin Keller.
As he stands in, he had a home run in the last home game here at the Pond. It's his first of the season and his first game of the season.
Yeah, there wasn't the script the other night.
That ball's hammered down the right field line and foul. That ball got into the crowd in a heartbeat. Luckily, there was nobody sitting down there, as there is protective netting going all the way down both lines where there is seating area, but there is no netting down near the berms on both sides. The 0-1 pitch. Ball 1 just outside. Looked like that slider went around the plate. Keller's ready. Here comes the pitch. A light swing might have fouled it off. Not too sure. It might have just swung and missed. Nonetheless, it is 1-2. Keller 2 for 8 on the season. He's got a home run and an RBI. This ball's hit on the ground, first base. Castaldo's got it. He'll take it to the bag himself, and the inning is over. We go to the top of the 6th. This game's moving right along here at the Pond.
Leading off the sixth inning for the Maple Leafs, left fielder Garrett Takamatsu.
We're back here at the pond. Brendan Lang still here with you for one more inning at the mic. As Garrett Takamatsu stands in for Toronto. Ball right on the corner for strike one as Christian Young is still out there for the Jackfish, and nobody loosening up in the Welland bullpen. So it looks like he's got the ball for the foreseeable future here today. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. A good high fastball from Young. He's got a good fastball working today. It's always that high pitch is a difficult pitch to hit as a hitter because at your eyes it looks so inviting to swing at, but you just can't get your bat there, especially when guys are throwing this hard as that pitch is up and away. Hit the target, but it was outside. Ball one. Young looks in for the sign. He's got it. Rocks and he deals again. Ooh, slider upstairs. Couldn't get the chase, and the count goes to 2-2. Takamatsu is 2 for 2 on the day. 11 for 27 this season, hitting .407 as that ball is outside. Ball 3. The count is 3-2. Solazzo and Mclaren are due up this inning, and if anybody gets on, Dan Mara, the second baseman. The pitch, swing and a miss, another high fastball from Young. He got him, one down. That's a great job from Christian Young as he saw Takamatsu couldn't catch up to his fastball upstairs earlier in the count, and he knew exactly where to go for the strikeout, and that's a great pitch. Now the third baseman, John Solazzo, stands in. The pitch, strike one again. Young working ahead of the hitters here today as he works into the sixth inning. The 0-1. Hit on the ground, but foul. Down the first base side. Looks like it might have caught somebody down there in the Toronto dugout. Everyone seems to be all right. 0-2 now. Let's see if he goes back with the high fastball like he did last time, or if he'll throw a breaking ball. The pitch inside. He got the hitter to jump out of the way, but he just missed inside. That looked like one of Young's best fastballs so far today. Looked to have some extra juice on that one. Here's the pitch. Just outside on a breaking ball. 2-2. Pitch. Hit in the air. A low line drive into center field. Marriott on the run, and he makes the play. A great running catch from Eric Marriott as he had to range into the left center field gap. And it was a low line drive that was hit pretty hard. He didn't have a lot of time to react, but he made a gorgeous running play, and there's 2 down. Good defensive outfield today with Keller, Marriott, and Day Benning from left to right. That ball's inside, and Workin can't handle it. It's ball 1. So 1-0. Get me over breaking ball. That's been his specialty today. The count is 1-1. Mclaren 0 for 2 today, looking for his first hit on the Young season. Another strike as Young's really pounding the zone. He's thrown 64 strikes today in 5 2/3. And he's got the ball back and he's ready to go. As Chandler Mclaren steps in, the right fielder, and the pitch. Swing and a miss! Another strikeout for Christian Young on a high fastball once again, and the inning is over. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th, 2-1 here at the pond.
Zarly Cena.
And we're back here at the pond as Zarly Cena steps in. First pitch is a strike from the new pitcher, we think is Matthias Johnston. There are a couple call-ups from the junior team for Toronto that we didn't know the numbers of. Is that strike two? He's coming out of the bullpen and throwing strikes so far. And that's who we're going to go with. And we're going to go with Matthias Johnston on the mound. The 0-2 swing and hit on the ground to the second baseman. Mara's up with it, throw on to first, one gone. Zarly Cena grounds out to the second baseman now. And here's Dennis Day-Benning. Day-Benning up at the plate as Johnston's done a great job since coming into this game. As that ball's high for ball one, excuse me. First ball he's thrown since coming out of the bullpen. He's ready. And the pitch down in the dirt. Ball two as Christian Young, the starter for the Jackfish, has pitched well through 6 innings, but somebody is up in the Jackfish bullpen. It looks to be Austin Olds down there. So he's loosening up. The 2-0 to Day-Benning. He hits this ball in the air center field. On the run is Johnston, but he makes the play. Ball was hit hard by Day-Benning, but no luck for the Jackfish as Johnston ran that ball down in the gap, 2 down.
The first baseman, number 26, Andrew Mercier.
Here's the first baseman, Andrew Mercier, stepping in.
Sorry, Rye, go ahead.
As Matthias Johnston has come into the game and got 2 quick outs. Pitch hit in the air. This ball's dying. On the run is the right fielder Mclaren, but he makes the play, and the inning is over. The Jackfish go 3 up, 3 down once again. The score is still 2-1 here at the pond. And we're back here at Welland Stadium, still 2-1 Toronto, as Christian Young is still in the ball game. Pitch right on the corner for strike one. I said last inning that Austin Olds is warming up. That was a mistake. It's not Austin Olds. That is Zach Cameron warming up down the right field line for the Jackfish. Strike two, as Young seems to be getting stronger as we go.
You're jinxing everything.
It's 0-2, and the pitch hit on the ground to the second baseman. He makes the play. Oh, what a job by the second baseman, Pettipies, excuse me. I almost said Datson, who's playing shortstop. Nolan Pettipies, that's his second great play of the game. He made a great jumping catch on a line drive, and now a spinning throw from the hole in right field to get the runner. One gone here in the seventh. Pettipies definitely strengthening up this well in defense. The pitch to McLeod, check swing. They're going to say he did not go. Third base umpire Mike Guthrow says no. Jeff McLeod, the designated hitter, batting eighth today. This ball's hit right up past the press box into the parking lot. Count will go to 1-2, or 1-1, excuse me. There's one out. McLeod's 1 for 2 on the day. And the pitch. Hit on the ground, but foul. As the on-deck hitter, Ryan Johnston, picks that up, throws it back in. Johnston up next, then Telmain, if he gets on. The 1-2 pitch. A jam shot out to the second base, shortstop Datson. Throw on the run, and they got him again. Two great defensive plays by the Jackfish. One by Pettipies and one by Datson, and there's two down. A great play by Brendan Datson there, running in. Nice play on the short hop, perfect throw on the run. And a great throw to Mercier, who's looked pretty comfortable over there at first base. Not usually a first baseman, usually a catcher or DH like we talked about earlier, but he's looked pretty comfortable over there this afternoon. That's a ball outside. That bounces in low. Count will go to 2-0. Young's pitching well today, as we've talked about. He's through 6 2/3 right now. Cameron continues to get loose down there in the Jackfish bullpen. Here's the 2-0 from Young. Swing and a miss, a beautiful slider. As he's had a good one all day, as this is by far the best start of the season for Christian Young. Young ready to go. And the pitch, swing and a miss, another breaking ball. That'll make the hitter Johnston take a walk around the dirt area around home plate. But Young's got that ball. He's ready to go. He's really working quickly today. Really pounding that strike zone. He's set. Here is the pitch. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Christian Young. It's 2-1 as we go to the bottom of the seventh here at the Pond.
All right, fans. Leading off the 7th inning for your Jackfish, second baseman number 4, Nolan Pettipiece.
Nolan Pettipiece stands in. He's ready to go. Showed bunt, pulled the bat back. Third baseman came crashing in. That is Garrett Takamatsu down there at third base. Pitch swing and a miss from Pettipiece. Strike one, the count's 1-1. Nolan Pettipiece, like we mentioned before, really shoring up the defense here for Welland. He's made 2 great plays in this ball game at second base. Let's see if he can get a hit. Swing up the middle. That ball's going to get through for a base hit as the pitcher Tronzone couldn't get a glove on it. And he's on first base as the Jackfish will try to get something going here in the 7th. As the crowd's getting into it now, the Let's Go Jackfish chants are starting up.
Center fielder number 9, Eric Marriott.
And here comes Eric Marriott, the center fielder. Pettipiece hit that ground ball, hard ground ball up the middle for a base hit as he's on first base. He'll take his lead. Marriott shows bunt and he gets it down. Pitcher's got it. He will look at second, won't go there as Marriott gets the sacrifice bunt down. One gone. But Pettipiece moves up to second base as we go back to the top of the order for the catcher, Cole Warkin.
34, Cole Warkin.
Nolan Pettipiece on base. His first game here of the season. He's got a little bit of speed, stole 7 bases in 2019 for the Jackfish. Probably won't be running in this situation right now, though. Pitch, strike one to Cole Warkin. As Warkin taps his bat on the plate, he's ready to go. Dancing off of second base was Nolan Pettipiece, but he gets back as Johnston stepped off. Breaking ball, couldn't get the corner. It's 1-1. 2-1 game as we play here in the bottom of the 7th at Welland Stadium. Here's the pitch. Fouled off into the parking lot. Maybe into the softball field out here behind Welland Stadium. But it is 2-1. Pettipiece off second. Warkin ready at the dish. That ball's in the dirt, but it's not going to get very far. It's a great block from Justin Mara behind the plate. He's had a good day back there. A lot of balls in the dirt. He's blocked them well. I think only one pitch got away from him, as that was a wild pitch charged to the starter, Hyde. Here's the pitch. Hit on the ground to the shortstop. Solazzo makes the play on the run, and he can't get him at first. Castaldo with the stretch, but he can't quite get it. And Warkin's on, and he can really move down the line, as we're not used to seeing catchers be able to run too well. But we saw it early on in the ball game as he hit a triple to lead off the game, and now he beats out a ground ball for an infield single. It was a tough play for Solazzo as he was on the run, couldn't get a lot on the throw. But the Jackfish are in business now with runners at first and second and one away. And here comes Brendan Datson, the shortstop. First pitch of the at-bat, hit in the air. High fly ball into right field. Coming in is Mclaren. He calls everybody off, and he makes the play. 2 down. That ball was hit way up here into the sky. And Mclaren had the best chance to make the play, and he made it. As now Dane Taflin will step to the plate. The Jackfish best hitter in the early going here this year. Let's see if he can come through with 2 outs and runners at first and second. Johnston is ready. He looks back at the runner. Swing and a miss on a fastball up. Strike one on Taflin. Runners at first and second. 2 out here as we play in the bottom of the 7th. The crowd's into it now. The pitch to Taflin. Hit in the air. Right field, but that ball's going to drift. Foul. It's going to stay in the bleachers. Almost got onto the right field berm down there, but it stayed in the bleachers. 0-2 now to Taflin, and he's got a battle. See if he can come through with a big 2-out, 2-strike base hit. Griffin Keller due up next. The 0-2 pitch to Taflin. Here it is. Up high, ball 1. Counts 1-2. Taflin 0 for 3 today. Johnston's ready, and the pitch outside. Oh. Toronto thought they had him there as Johnston and the catcher, Justin Mara, were started off the field, but home plate umpire Ben Mercier says no. The count's 2-2. Runners still at first and second. 2 out in the 7th. And the pitch down low. Ball 3 as that ball's in the dirt. Another good block from Mara. And the runners will be moving on the pitch. See if he can get a ball in the gap here. That might score a couple runs as he gets set in the box. Johnston's got his sign. He sets. He's ready. Here comes the pitch. Called strike 3. Down low. Dane Taflin doesn't like the call, and neither do the Jackfish faithful here at the pond. But it is a strikeout, and the inning is over. Still 2-1 as we go to the 8th here at Welland Stadium.
Birthday announcements. Happy 19th birthday to
back here at Welland Stadium. A new pitcher on the mound for the Jackfish. It is the 20-year-old right-hander Zach Cameron from Hamilton, Ontario. He pitches at Niagara University. This is his 4th appearance of the season. He's got a 6.35 ERA over 5 2/3 innings. Orkin's out talking with his new pitcher. Make sure they got the signs straight before they start this 8th inning. And I mentioned it before the broadcast, but a great start turned in by Christian Young. He went 7 full innings, giving up 2 runs. Just a great start for him, as now Cameron's on and he throws the first pitch outside for a ball. Pitching is something that needed to be improved upon with the Jackfish, and that is a big step forward for Christian Young. It's going to go a long way to help this rotation. The next pitch from Cameron, that ball's low, as Grant Tomaine is in the box right now. The third baseman is 0 for 2. He's 9 for 27 on the season. That's a .333 batting average. He's ready, and the pitch hit on the ground off his foot. That's the second time today we've seen Grant Tomaine foul the ball off his leg. Counts 2-1 now after that foul ball. Cameron kicking the dirt, make sure his landing spot's good. Definitely doesn't work as quickly as the starter, Christian Young, but he's on the rubber now. He's got the sign from working, and he's ready. The 2-1 offering. Ball hit in the air, center field. Marriott moving over, drifting underneath it. He pulls up, and he makes the play. 1 out on a fly ball there from the leadoff hitter, Grant Tomaine. And Jordan Castaldo, the first baseman, will step in. Justin Merritt to hit after him. As Castaldo, hearing it from the Jackfish fans here as he steps to the plate, having a good time with it, laughing along with the fans as he's ready in the box now. The pitch to him, hit in the air. This one's popped up to the shortstop. Datson moving out into the grass. He's still going, and he makes an over-the-shoulder catch. 2 gone. A good job by Datson as he kept going out into the grass. I thought he might be called off there by the left fielder, Keller, but he made a nice over-the-shoulder grab. Another pretty good play by the Jackfish defense, as they have looked a lot better in these last few games than they did at the beginning of the year. Here's the pitch. Low, strike 1. Looked like it was at the knees of Mara. Here is the catcher. Cameron's ready. And here's the pitch. Hit on the ground to the second baseman. Pettipies has got it. Throw onto first, and the inning is over. 3 up, 3 down for Zach Cameron. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th. 2-1 still to score. Toronto leads it here at Welland Stadium.
Griffin Keller.
And we're back here at Welland Stadium as Griffin Keller stands in and he hits a ball into right field. That ball's going to get in the gap. It's going, it is off the wall. Keller around first, he'll pull into second with a leadoff double, and the Jackfish have got something going in the eighth. Keller got a fastball right over the plate from Matthias Tronson,
Number 2.
and he drove it into the right center field gap. Looked like it might have had enough to get out of here, but it bangs off the tender cut sign out there in the outfield. And there's a runner at second base, nobody out. Leadoff double is Zarly Cena, the designated hitter, stands in. He's ready. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. Might have been up, but a tough pitch to handle, as that's strike one. Tronson's done pretty well after coming on in relief of Hyde. The pitch, that ball in the dirt, blocked nicely by Mara. Tronson is a call-up from the junior team that Toronto has. I know Welland has had a few call-ups too from the U22 league that have really, really done well for them. And Tronson looks like a guy who's pitching extremely well for the Leafs. He's ready with the 1-1, and the pitch hit into center field. Backing up is the center fielder, still going back, and he makes the play. Johnston, but tagging is the runner from second. He'll move into third. Griffin Keller, good base running. But a nice play there by Ryan Johnston, the center fielder, as he was running, going back, and
Right fielder
made a nice play, but there's one out. And a runner at third, Dennis Debenning, the right fielder, stands in. Try to cash in the run as there's a meeting on the mound for Toronto. Talking over what they're going to do here as the Jeopardy music is playing here in the ballpark. As the mound visit continues, still talking it over. Looked like there was a message for the entire infield there. Now Dennis Debenning is ready. Andrew Mercier on deck. He'll hit next. Zarly Cena really put a charge into that one to center field. But a nice play from Johnston. Here's the pitch to Debenning. Hit, that ball's going to get over there, and it's going to sit. A run will come in to score for the Jackfish on an RBI single for Dennis Debenning, and the game is tied here in the eighth. Looked like he got a ball a little on his hands, but he had enough to shoot it over the head of the shortstop, Solazzo. And the Jackfish have tied the game, and we'll have a pinch hitter coming to the plate. As we talked earlier, here comes Matt Hildebrandt.
Jackfish number 9, or the 39, Matt Hildebrandt.
Hildebrandt did not get the start today, getting a day off as per coach Brian Essery. But he did say he's available, and now here he is in a big spot in the ball game here in the eighth. 2-2, one away with Debenning at first. The pitch to Hildebrandt. Good curveball. He'll drop that one in there for strike one. Pinch hitting, one of the more difficult things to do in baseball, but we'll see if Hildebrandt can come through right here. Here comes the pitch inside, ball one. Count goes to 1-1. The Jackfish finally got that hit to break through with the Debenning single that scored the run. There's the ball in the dirt. Blocked over there at first base. Not a very good throw over. Again, didn't look like he was trying to pick off the runner, just not comfortable with what he had to throw. He's ready. Tronson sets. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss from Hildebrandt. Strike two. Hildebrandt having a pretty good year so far. The slugging first baseman is hitting .333. He's got a home run with 7 RBIs. Johnston sets. Once again, here's the pitch. Upstairs, ball 2. 2-2 as the count even outs. Nolan Pettipies waits on deck, then Eric Marriott, then the top of the order if it gets there. Here's the pitch. Swing, this ball's hit into center field. That ball's going to sit. It's down. Base hit, Dave Benning around second. He's going to pull up, though. As he gets back into second, the throw behind him, not in time. As Matt Hildebrandt gets a hit off the bench. And there's runners at first and second with one away now.
Number 4, Nolan Pettipies.
And here comes Nolan Pettipies in his first game of the season with the Jackfish. Let's see if he can come through, as there's going to be a pinch runner, as that looks like Brandon Underhill will come on to run for Matt Hildebrandt. As I will make sure that is Underhill coming into the game to run at first base, and it is.
Pitch running. At first.
Now here is Pettipies, as that ball's in the dirt for a ball. We'll see about what happens on defense, as Mercier is out of the game now, as he was pinch hit for by Hildebrandt. And the pitch swung on the ground. This ball is past the third baseman. Solazzo makes the play, but he trips, and there's going to be no throw. Bases are loaded for the Jackfish here in the 8th.
The center fielder, number 9, Eric Marriott.
And here comes the number 9 hitter, Eric Marriott, the center fielder. Nolan Pettipies, 2 for 4 in his return to the Jackfish lineup. Marriott ready in the box. Johnston set. Here's the pitch. That ball bounces in for ball 1. The crowd really getting into it now, as it was a little thin early on. Looked to have filled out during the course of this one. And the Let's Go Jackfish chants are rolling. Here's the pitch. This ball line drive to the right field, a base hit. Dave Benning scores. Underhill's around third. He's coming to the plate. There will be no throw. A 2-run single for Eric Marriott. And it's 4-2 Welland. As they finally break through with runners in scoring position. Dave Benning scores, the pinch runner Underhill scores, and the manager is out from the Maple Leafs dugout. There is somebody ready in the bullpen, and that will be all for Johnston. 2 1/3 for Johnston. Gave up 3 runs. As there's a new pitcher on the mound. The Jackfish are taking the lead. It's 4-2 here at the Pond.
Now at the dish for the Jackfish, the catcher, number
And we're back
34,
here
Cole
at
Warpton.
Welland Stadium. Pitching change for Toronto as Kyle Parrott, the right-hander, comes into the ball game. 5'10" right-hander. He's appeared in 3 games so far this year, 4 2/3 innings. Side armor, as that pitch is a strike. We don't see many of those here in the IBL, but he's obviously one of them. Runners at the corner still, 1 away in the ninth. This ball's hit in the air, center field, and that ball's going to get down. Another run will come in to score. A base hit for Cole Warpton, and he drives in the runner from third base. Nolan Pettipies comes in to score, and it's 5-2 for the Jackfish.
Brendan Datson.
Here comes Brendan Datson to the dish, the shortstop. Runners at first and second now. The Jackfish have put up a 4 spot here in the 8th. Strike on the outside corner. For Kyle Parrott. The 0-1, swing and a miss from Datson. Now a 5-2 ball game here in the 8th as we take a look down at the Welland bullpen. Don't see anybody loosening up right now. That ball's outside for a ball 2. So it looks like Cameron will have the 9th. That ball's outside again, ball 3. Or check that ball 2. Parrett's ready. Here's the pitch. Right over the outside corner for strike 3. Datson didn't think so, but he's rung up anyways, and here comes the third baseman, Dane Taflin.
Third baseman, number 23, Dane Tufflin.
2 out here now in the 8th. Runners at first and second. Taflin at the dish. Swing, this ball's hit up the middle. Second baseman's got it. Throw onto first. And the inning is over, but the Jackfish score 4 as we head to the 9th. 5-2, Welland at the pond.
Number 10.
Back here at Welland Stadium, as the Jacksons lead 5-2 after they put up a 4 spot in the bottom of the 8th. Zach Cameron still in the ball game as he'll look to close this one out. There is some stirring down in the Jacksons bullpen, but it doesn't look like anyone's throwing. As Cameron's ready. That ball is low for ball 1 as Garrett Takamatsu is in the box. Cameron's ready. Here's the pitch to Takamatsu. Looked like he wanted to go after it. He didn't, but it was strike 1 anyways. 1-1. A couple changes to tell you about as Andrew Mercier is out of the ball game as he was pinch hit for by Matt Hildebrandt. Brandon Underhill, the pinch runner, stays in the game, plays left field. That ball's outside for ball 1. And Griffin Keller, the starting left fielder, has come in to play first base. Cameron sets. The 2-1. Hit in the air. Foul. Out past the right side bleachers. Cameron's come in. He's throwing strikes so far. Definitely part of his MO is to get the ball over the plate, which he's definitely done. As the count's 2-2. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Hit in the air, up almost into the press box. A little too high for us up here. As Takamatsu is putting up a fight. He's set in the box. Cameron set on the mound. Everyone's ready, and the pitch. A curveball or a slider, breaking ball for sure, and it looked like it broke into the zone. Didn't get the call from the home plate umpire. As the count goes to 3-2, that buckled Takamatsu in the box. I guess the pitch went around the plate. Here comes the full count pitch from Cameron. Swing and a miss, he struck him out. Zach Cameron starts off the bottom of the 9th in good fashion with a strikeout, and there's one away.
Shortstop, John Solazzo.
Here comes the shortstop, John Solazzo. He's had a couple miscues in the field today at shortstop. He's ready in the box. Here's the pitch. Right over for strike 1. Cameron pounding the strike zone. He's thrown 9 strikes and 5 balls since coming out of the bullpen. Here comes the 0-1. Hit in the air, another foul ball past us up here. Been quite a few foul balls coming up our way on the broadcast today, but not quite making it into the press box. Cameron's got his sign, and he's ready to go. Here's the 0-2. Inside, almost hit him. But Solazzo backed away. It's 1-2 now. Cameron looking to close the door here in the 9th. Here's the 1-2. Up high for a ball. It's 2-2 now. The Jackfish, 11 hits today. Definitely a big offensive outburst after not scoring in yesterday's game. The Maple Leafs have 4 on their side. Here it comes. Strike 3! Another strikeout for Zach Cameron, and there's 2 away here in the 9th. Zach Cameron still firing strikes here as the Jackfish are 1 out away. And the Toronto Maple Leafs are down to their last batter. Here is Chandler Mclaren, the right fielder. He's the last hope for Toronto. Cameron's pitch hit in the air, foul. Down the left field line. That's going to get out of play. Chandler Mclaren 0 for 3 today, looking for his first hit on the season. Cameron's ready. Here's the pitch. Down low for a ball. It's 1-1.
We work in the box with myself. Well, you're doing both? Blocking and doing.
If Mclaren can extend this game, it will be the second baseman, Dan Mara. Tabati's on deck right now. And here's the pitch. Just high. Looks like an off-speed pitch. Ball 2. It's 2-1. Still, nobody loosening up in the bullpen as they've got faith in Cameron. And why wouldn't you? He's come out of the bullpen and gotten outs. And he's ready. It's 2-1. Here's the pitch. Up high again for a ball. Ball 3. It's 3-1. This would be a big win for the Jackfish, as they've gotten off to a bit of a slow start this season, only winning 2 games so far. Right on the corner for strike 2. It's a full count with 2 away. Welland was down 2-1 for most of this ball game, heading into the 8th inning. They were down when they put together a 4-run inning, if you're just joining us. And now they're 1 strike away from finishing out the ball game. Cameron sets, and the pitch up and away. Ball 4, as Toronto does get a base runner here in the 9th. And here is the second baseman, Dan Mara. Zach Cameron will lock back in, the right-handed hitter. Gets set, looks down at his coach. He's not giving a sign. He's going to swing away, of course, with 2 outs here in the 9th. The runner at first is Mclaren. His pitch right over the outside corner for strike 1. Mclaren with the lead off at first. Here's the pitch. Strike 2. It's 0-2, and the Maple Leafs are down to their final strike. Cameron looks into working for the sign. He likes what he sees. He's got it. Hands set at the belt. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a base hit up the middle. That ball's going to get through, as Toronto is really extending this inning. As that ball wasn't hit extremely hard, but right up the middle. Cameron couldn't get a glove on it.
Jeff McLeod.
And Jeff McLeod, the DH, will come up, number 16. As there's runners at first and second now. The left-handed hitter, excuse me. The tying run is at the plate. He's the number 8 hitter, Ryan Johnston. McLeod can get on, will be next. The pitch from Cameron. Breaking ball in there for strike 1. Good get me over breaking ball to get ahead in the count here on McLeod. Cameron's ready. And the pitch up high. Ball 1. McLeod is 1 for 3 today, hitting .210 on the year. He does have a home run and 3 RBIs. Holds his hands high in the batter's box. Hit on the ground. Pettipiece got it. Throw on to first, and the ball game is over. The Welland Jackfish win 5-2 against the Toronto Maple Leafs. They score 5 runs on 11 hits, no errors. Toronto scored 2 runs on 5 hits and 3 errors. The Jackfish win their 3rd game of the season, and it comes at home against the Maple Leafs. Big hits today from a lot of different guys in the 8th inning, as many different players came through. With Hildebrandt getting a big hit off the bench. Eric Marriott with a big hit. Dennis Day Benning jumped in on it. a great ninth inning. As the Jackfish win it, they will be in action next tomorrow.
First pitch is set for 7:30 p.m.
As you can catch them
visit
tomorrow in Toronto as they play the Maple Leafs. That'll be their last of 4 games in 4 days. That's all here from the pond at Welland Stadium. I'm Brendan Lang, and from the rest of my crew, thank you for listening, and everyone, enjoy your night. Jackfish win 5-2.